the nation, broadcasting live from the CNN IBN headquarters in New Delhi.
10 o'clock Wednesday night, time for us to face the nation with the subject that creates the stir in the country and poses the toughest questions. On this program, we try and answer some of those questions. I'm Bhupendra Chaubey. On the show tonight, want to take the ultimate pilgrimage to God? Pay the middleman. The Hajj is up for sale. Just as many temple establishments across India are often accused of exploiting poor Hindus, so also poor vulnerable Muslims are being exploited for their beliefs. Now, an explosive Cobra post-IBN 7 investigation shockingly exposes how senior officials in the state Hajj committees take bribes from reporters posing as travel agents to send pilgrims to the Holy Hajj. In the 3 state Hajj committees that the reporters visited, it was clear that anyone can illegally procure seats from the government-subsidized Hajj quota. All you have to do is just go to them and tell them that you can pay them a bribe. And that brings us to the big question which we are posing before you tonight. Is the faith of Muslims being misused by their community leaders? Has the holiest of holy pilgrimages for Muslims now also become a method of making money for community leaders? Type QOTD space Y if you agree with that proposition. If you disagree, type QOTD space N. You can SMS your responses to us at 2622. And do remember that you can also vote online on our website ibnlive.com to send us all your comments, your suggestions on that topic. Let's get you the initial results of our SMS poll now to the question which we are raising tonight. Is the faith of Muslims being misused in our country by their community leaders? Right at the beginning of the program, 66% of our viewers actually agree with that question that we are posing, and a minority, 34%, feel otherwise. Joining me tonight to answer that big question, people who are from all sides of the political divide. From New Delhi, A.R. Antule, Union Minority Affairs Minister. Joining me from Hyderabad, Asaduddin Owaisi, Member of Parliament, Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimin. And joining me in our studios is Shahnawaz Hussain, Lok Sabha MP of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and Maulana Muazzam Ahmed. He's a member of the All India Central Hajj Committee. Welcome to all of you on the show tonight. Let me begin with you first, Maulana Azam Saab. When you see these pictures and when you see these stories, don't you feel embarrassed, ashamed of being a part of a group which is taking bribes to send people on the holiest of holy pilgrimages?
बिल्कुल, जब हमको ये बात पता लगती है और हमने देखी है और हमने सुनी भी है तो हमें बहुत शेम फील होती है, शर्म फील होती है। और ये बात जो कि ऐसे बहुत मुतबर्रक हज के दौरान इस तरह की बात सामने आई है तो ये और हमें शर्म की बात है और हम महसूस करते हैं कि ये इस तरह की चीजें जिन्होंने भी की हैं उनको उनके सजा मिलनी चाहिए।
Okay, A.R. Antule, as a union minister, would you agree with the fact that because of these revelations which have now been made by IBN 7 on CNN IBN, there is a strong case now to relook the manner in which those who want to go on these Hajj pilgrimages are actually sent?
Excuse me, I believe that not only relook, whatever is being heard by me, I cannot say, as you know, is really very saddening, agonizing, and my heart is in anguish. Any Muslim will hang his head in shame if it is true. And there is a probability of that being true because I heard the voices and heard the conversation.
These are all real pictures, Mr. Antule. These are all sting operations which have been going on now for quite some time. I'm putting a very straight question to you. That do you think the time has now come for us to change the manner in which those who want to go on these Hajj pilgrimages go? The way they are selected. Why should we be looking at it in terms of a lottery system? Isn't it possible for us to think in terms of a system which is more transparent?
Yes, I think so. You see, so far we thought that the lots are drawn and not manipulated. But if these are manipulated and money is taken for that, whether money is taken or not is secondary, it should not be manipulation.
Shahnawaz Hussain,
there is manipulation.
Would your party agree with the proposal which is being put here?
नहीं, ये सही है कि हज वाले सिस्टम में ट्रांसपेरेंसी आनी चाहिए, और क्योंकि कोटा बढ़ा है, इसमें टूर ऑपरेटर प्रॉब्लम कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि जो सब्सिडी का फायदा लेने के लिए टूर ऑपरेटर कहीं 5,000 का कोटा बढ़ गया, अगर बिहार से मान लीजिए कोटा बच गया, तो वो ट्रांसफर कहाँ हो रहा है, किनको मिल रहा है, वो टूर ऑपरेटर कैसे उसके अंदर घुस रहे हैं।
लेकिन ये सब चीजें क्यों आनी चाहिए, ऐसा क्यों है कि टूर ऑपरेटर्स के ऊपर डिपेंड करने की जरूरत है? व्हाट हैज द गवर्नमेंट गॉट टू डू इन दिस होल बिजनेस?
इसमें होना चाहिए, इसमें वेटिंग लिस्ट होना चाहिए, स्टेट वाइज जो है इसमें वेटिंग लिस्ट होना चाहिए, जिनका पहला नाम आए वो इंटरनेट पे हो, ट्रांसपेरेंट हो, और अगर किसी का वो कोटा बचता है तो उसको मिलना चाहिए। और कोटा ट्रांसफर जो हो रहा है, जहां से बट रहा है, मान लीजिए ये मिनिस्ट्री से अगर कोटा बट रहा है तो कितना कोटा बचा, किनको उन्होंने दिया, ये सब बात जाहिर होनी चाहिए।
Since the buzzword here on the program is transparency, let's take a look at a model which has been described by many as, let's say, maybe not a perfect model, but something which is perhaps more transparent than what we are seeing in India. It's a Malaysian example. It has created an institution called Tabung Haji, which is Malaysia's Pilgrim Management and Funds Board. It was started way back in 1963 to prevent the exploitation of pilgrims by middlemen. Beginning with 1,281 depositors, Tabung Haji now has over 1 million savers. People who deposit amounts on an annual basis or a monthly basis. That amount as of today stands at $500 million. The deposits are insured by the government. Tabung Haji has invested funds in plantation, industry and the commercial sector. Deposit and withdrawal procedures are simple, and Malaysian pilgrims can withdraw the money even in the Holy Land during the Hajj. Asaduddin Owaisi, your response now to the question which we are posing. Do you really think that it's possible in our country to think in terms of a transparent system, or will any proposal which is likely to come up become a victim of politics?
The first thing that all of us have to understand is that the government of India signs an agreement with the government of Saudi Arabia, and this year we have entered an agreement that 1,47,000 Hajis will be sent. Now 1 lakh Hajis are being sent to the various state Hajj committees. Now unfortunately, what your sting operation has shown, it is the responsibility of the respective state Hajj committees to ensure that there is transparency. But these people have thrown all the rules to the wind. The whole thing is, yes, the Tabung Haji can be examined, but what I feel is that the most important thing is that why should there be a higher charter fare? I mean, there are so many things. I mean, if you go into the detail, I mean, it really, the whole thing is a mess.
What is the role which the central government can play? The fact is that the Ministry of External Affairs is the nodal ministry. The Home Ministry is also involved in this entire affair. It's not as if these entire things are happening without the knowledge of the central government. Isn't the central government supposed to play a more proactive role?
Yeah, I think the central government has to.
And then, since you're saying it has to, would you then support the demand for setting up an inquiry into this whole scam?
I have already said, in Urdu program of yours, that a CBI inquiry should be conducted because it's a very shameful thing.
Okay.
And I don't think any Muslim worth the name can even conceive of such a situation, let alone be a party to it.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll take a quick break, Mr. Antole, at this stage. At least you're accepting that there is a serious problem and you're also supporting the demand for a CBI probe. But when we return after the break, we'll look at the other big question. Can't exposes like these or problems like these also create a security hazard? Who are the kind of people who are being given these permits to go abroad, maybe on fake permits? Answer to that after a short break.